is loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Jackson on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Flowers. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
Now Jackson on first down. Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has him. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 3 yards the gain there, second down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
From the 40 now on second down. Jackson, the connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. But they run the option here on 1st and 10. And down inside the 15 he goes. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Here's the local Texas product, J.K. Dobbins. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a
now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Edwards, the tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Third and goal, Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on third and goal. Let's see what they do on fourth and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on fourth and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Prescott's throw taken in by Jarwin. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It was Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
After 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. He'll let it go deep for Beckett. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. It's a big play there for Baltimore. Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Put the tape measure away. How about some of these guys under 6 feet tall? Antonio Brown, T.Y. Hilton, and Super Bowl 53 MVP, Julian Edelman.
A giant hole up the middle, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will extend their lead. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Let's see what you got. 40's mine, 40's the mine. Silver.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, D. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. 3 buzz.
Here's Prescott. Outright completes it to Jarwin. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They go play action now. Jackson. Now he's forced out right. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a 1st down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jackson to throw. Pass incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do, and right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage, you have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. CeeDee Lamb deep for the Cowboys. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
It's a gain of 3. And a Raven 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
To throw again is Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now it's Jackson. Completes it to Aguilar. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 8-yard line.
Again, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
2nd and 10.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
Now Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO, what's the quarterback looking at?
Basics, he's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though.
And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They give it off here to the tight end. It's a solid stiff arm. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Now that run, that's exactly why you stay with the running game. You don't abandon it totally. You stick with it, keep telling your guys to stay motivated, and they found a crease on that play.
Prescott on 1st down. He's going to find Gallup here complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Ravens' 18-yard line.
2nd down at 4.
Watch the screen. Pass. Hey.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike.
They'll run with Hunt. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has a total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think he might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Brandon Cooks, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal.
Ravens 10, Cowboys 7.
Touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson now off the bootleg. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Dobbins trying the left side. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Meanwhile, Dak's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Yeah, let's get second. 56 Mike.
Prescott now from the 50. This to Jarwin. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, check back.
Now a give here to Pollard. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Hey, check back.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. They ship, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Calais Campbell just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And Zerline's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
As the kick's away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
A carry here for Hunt. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. On third down, here's Hunt. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it's Hunt. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. On third down, it's Hunt. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. This is Hunt. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
And rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. On the return is Duvernay. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.